Welcome to the National Institute of Academics. Here is the list of Barron's 3,500 Gre words list Part 1. Abase-Adroit. We will discuss Gre words, their meanings and their use in sentence. Word, abase. Meaning, lower, humiliate. Sentence, he felt ashamed and humiliated as his actions had caused him to abase himself in front of his peers. Word, abash. Meaning, embarrass. Sentence, he was not at all abashed by her open admiration. Word, abate. Meaning, subside, decrease, lessen. Sentence, rather than leaving immediately, they waited for the storm to abate. Word, abbreviate. Meaning, shorten. Sentence, because we were running out of time, the lecturer had to abbreviate her speech. Word, abdicate. Meaning, renounce, give up. Sentence, when Edward VIII abdicated the British throne to marry the woman he loved, he surprised the entire world. Word, abduction. Meaning, kidnapping. Sentence, the movie Ransom describes the attempts to rescue a multimillionaire's son after the child's abduction by kidnappers. Word, aberrant. Meaning, abnormal or deviant. Sentence, given the aberrant nature of the data, we doubted the validity of the entire experiment. Word, abet. Meaning, aid, usually in doing something wrong, encourage. Sentence, she was unwilling to abet him in the swindle he had planned. Word, abeyance. Meaning, suspended action. Sentence, the deal was held in abeyance until her arrival. Word, abhor. Meaning, detest, hate. Sentence, she abhorred all forms of bigotry. Word, abject. Meaning, wretched, lacking pride. Sentence, on the streets of New York the homeless live in abject poverty, huddling in doorways to find shelter from the wind. Word, abjure. Meaning, renounce upon oath. Sentence, he abjured his allegiance to the king. Ablution. Meaning, washing. Sentence, his daily ablutions were accompanied by loud noises that he humorously labeled opera in the bath. Word, abnegation. Meaning, repudiation, self-sacrifice. Sentence, no act of abnegation was more pronounced than his refusal of any rewards for his discovery. Word, abolish. Meaning, cancel, put an end to. Sentence, the president of the college refused to abolish the physical education requirement. Word, abominable. Meaning, detestable, extremely unpleasant. Sentence, Mary liked John until she learned he was dating Susan, then she called him an abominable young man, with abominable taste in women. Word, aboriginal. Meaning, being the first of its kind in a region, primitive. Sentence, her studies of the primitive art forms of the Aboriginal Indians were widely reported in the scientific journals. Word, abortive. Meaning, unsuccessful, fruitless. Sentence, attacked by armed troops, the Chinese students had to abandon their abortive attempt to democratize Beijing peacefully. Word, abrade. Meaning, wear away by friction, scrape, erode. Sentence, The sharp rocks abraded the skin on her legs, so she put iodine on her abrasions. Word, abrasive. Meaning, rubbing away, tending to grind down. Sentence, just as abrasive cleaning powders can wear away a shiny finish, abrasive remarks can wear away a listener's patience. Word, abridge. Meaning, condense or shorten. Sentence, because the publishers felt the public wanted a shorter version of War and Peace, they proceeded to abridge the novel. Word, abrogate. Meaning, abolish. Sentence, he intended to abrogate the decree issued by his predecessor. Word, abscond. Meaning, depart secretly and hide. Sentence, after stealing the valuable artwork, the thief absconded into the night, leaving no trace behind. Word, absolute. Meaning, complete, totally unlimited, certain. Sentence, although the king of Siam was an absolute monarch, he did not want to behead his unfaithful wife without absolute evidence of her infidelity. Absolve. Meaning, pardon, an offense. Sentence, the father confessor absolved him of his sins. Word, absorb. Meaning, assimilate or incorporate, suck or drink up. Sentence, during the 19th century, America absorbed hordes of immigrants, turning them into productive citizens. Word, abstain. Meaning, refrain, hold oneself back voluntarily from an action or practice. Sentence, after considering the effect of alcohol on his athletic performance, he decided to abstain from drinking while he trained. For the race, word, abstemious. Meaning, sparing in eating and drinking, temperate. Sentence, concerned whether her vegetarian son's abstemious diet provided him with sufficient protein, the worried mother pressed food on him. Word, abstinence. Meaning, restraint from eating or drinking. Sentence, the doctor recommended total abstinence from salted foods. Word, abstract. Meaning, theoretical, not concrete. Sentence, to him, hunger was an abstract concept, he had never missed a meal. Word, abstruse. Meaning, obscure, profound, difficult to understand. Sentence, the professor's lecture was so abstruse that even the most advanced students had trouble understanding it. Word, abundant. Meaning, plentiful, possessing riches or resources. Sentence, after the heavy rainfall, there was an abundant supply of fresh water for the parched crops in the field. Word, abusive. Meaning, coarsely insulting, physically harmful. Sentence, an abusive parent damages a child both mentally and physically. Word, abut. Meaning, border upon, adjoin. Sentence, where our estates abut, we must build a fence. Word, abysmal. Meaning, bottomless. Sentence, his arrogance is exceeded only by his abysmal ignorance. Word, abyss. Meaning, enormous chasm, vast bottomless pit. Sentence, Darth Vader seized the evil emperor and hurled him down into the abyss. Word, acquire. Meaning, obtain, get. Sentence, Frederick Douglass was determined to acquire an education despite his master's efforts to prevent his doing so. Word, acquittal. Meaning, deliverance from a charge. Sentence, his acquittal by the jury surprised those who had thought him guilty, Word, acrid. Meaning, sharp, bitterly pungent. Sentence, the acrid odor of burnt gunpowder filled the room after the pistol had been fired. Word, acrimonious. Meaning, bitter in words or manner. Sentence, the candidate attacked his opponent in highly acrimonious terms. Word, acrophobia. Meaning, fear of heights. Sentence, a born salesman, he could convince someone with a bad case of acrophobia to sign up for a life membership in a skydiving club. Word, actuarial. Meaning, calculating, pertaining to insurance statistics. Sentence, according to recent actuarial tables, life expectancy is greater today than it was a century ago. Word, actuate. Meaning, motivate. Sentence, I fail to understand what actuated you to reply to this letter so nastily. Word, acuity. Meaning, sharpness. Sentence, in time his youthful acuity of vision failed him, and he needed glasses. Word, acumen. Meaning, mental keenness. Sentence, his business acumen helped him to succeed where others had failed. Word, acute. Meaning, quickly perceptive, keen, brief and severe. Sentence, the acute young doctor realized immediately that the gradual deterioration of her patient's once acute hearing was due to a chronic illness, not an acute one. Word, adage. Meaning, wise saying, proverb. Sentence, there is much truth in the old adage about fools and their money. Word, adamant. Meaning, hard, inflexible. Sentence, Bronson played the part of a revenge-driven man, adamant in his determination to punish the criminals who destroyed his family. Adapt. Meaning, alter, modify. Sentence, some species of animals have become extinct because they could not adapt to a changing environment. Word, addendum. Meaning, an addition or supplement. Sentence, as an addendum to the minutes, let me point out that Susan moved to appoint Kathy and Arthur to the Finance Committee. Word, addiction. Meaning, compulsive, habitual need. Sentence, his addiction to drugs caused his friends much grief. Word, addle. Meaning, muddle, drive crazy, become rotten. Sentence, this idiotic plan is confusing enough to addle anyone. Word, address. Meaning, direct a speech to, deal with or discuss. Sentence, due to address the convention in July, Brown planned to address the issue of low-income housing in his speech. Word, adept. Meaning, expert at. Sentence, she was adept at the fine art of irritating people. Word, adhere v. Meaning, stick fast. Sentence, I will adhere to this opinion until proof that I am wrong is presented. Word, adherent. Meaning, supporter, follower. Sentence, in the wake of the scandal, the senator's one-time adherents quickly deserted him. Word, adjacent. Meaning, adjoining, neighboring, close by. Sentence, Philip's best friend Jason lived only 4 houses down the block, close but not immediately adjacent. Word, adjunct. Meaning, something added on or attached. Sentence, although I don't absolutely need a second computer, I plan to buy a laptop to serve as an adjunct to my desktop model. Word, admonish. Meaning, warn, reprove. Sentence, he admonished his listeners to change their wicked ways. Word, admonition. Meaning, warning. Sentence, an admonition is a gentle or friendly reprimand, often given as advice or cautionary warning. Word, adorn. Meaning, decorate. Sentence, wall paintings and carved statues adorn the temple. Word, adroit. Meaning, skillful. Sentence, his adroit handling of the delicate situation pleased his employers.